Hello, dear viewers, and welcome to the brand new game Victoria 3. And I gotta say, right off the bat, I love this game. It came out 2 days ago, and I already got like 15 hours of playtime. It's amazing, I think. Also, the music is great. And yeah, today I will do something I have not seen on YouTube yet. Well, the game just came out, so there's not a whole lot of videos right now, and I actually will try to play Austria and form Germany as Austria, because if you play Austria, there are two ways. You can either form Germany, or of course you can stay as Austria. Um, you can stay as Austria, you can form Germany, and you can become the Austro-Hungarian Empire, I think. And if you become the Austro-Hungarian Empire, you cannot become the German Empire. And we will try today to actually become the German Empire. We will start the game with no objectives, we will just play a normal sandbox game. So you can see the gorgeous map. The game starts in January 1836. Yeah, as you can see, there's Prussia, and Prussia is on its way to form Germany, but I think the developers said that you can also form Germany as Hungary, as Austria, and I hope we will manage to do it. Also, what I have to say is we will roleplay this game. Austria in real life was a very authoritarian state, and we will try to replicate this. And we will stay an autocratic state. We will be an absolute monarchy till the rest, hopefully, for the whole game. It will be pretty hard, especially once it's like 1848, 1849. If you know history, you know that there was a lot of turmoil, and that was actually the first time Germany tried to unite itself. The National Assembly actually debated if they wanted to have a greater German solution, or just a smaller German solution, which essentially would be the greater German solution would be all the German states that you can see here and the German parts of Austria, and the smaller solution would just be like Prussia and all the minor states without the Austrian parts. And if you know history, you know that the greater German solution did not happen. So we will actually try to make it happen, or in our case it would be a even greater German solution, because we do not only have the German Austrian parts, but the whole of Austria and all the German parts. So, and as the game just came out, I want to explain a little bit, because I have got some experience, not a whole lot. If you really want to have a great look at the economy, I would recommend you to watch the video of Ottawa Welchman. He made a great in-depth guide about the economy, and also Ludi at Historia made a great video. So if you really want to get into the economics, I would recommend you watch those videos. I want to do an entertainment video, but also explain a little bit, so you get the game a little bit more, especially if you don't have it, or if you struggle a little bit. So here in the left corner you have essentially your money. That's how much money you make at the time, and your gold reserves. The little bar is your gold reserves. So as you make money, right now we have a positive balance. Your gold reserves get bigger, and if you go into the negatives, at first your gold reserves will plummet, and after that you will take credits. And if you continuously lose money, you will actually go bankrupt. So these three things here are like mana points. If you play EU4, you know what it is. So you have influence, which is like if you do any diplomatic actions, say you have a trade agreement with, I don't know, Prussia, it costs you like 100 um, 100 influence to actually have these agreements, or if you have a defensive pact or an alliance, all this costs you influence power. So you also have authority. The amount of authority depends, for one, on your laws. I will show you that later. And you can do certain things with it, like suppress certain groups of people. I will show you that later also. Or tax stuff. You can actually do a lot with authority. You can also see, like, we gain 100 base value, 250 from being an autocracy, and so the different laws you have enacted in your state actually have an influence on your authority. And here the last mana point, if you want to call it, is bureaucracy. Bureaucracy is needed if you want to maintain trade routes. For example, if you import a certain good, you need the right amount of bureaucracy to actually manage your trade routes. And if you want to, for example, if we go into politics and institutions, you have, right now we have education institution and the law enforcement. And if I want to raise my education level, for example, which I cannot, because right now I do not have the right laws enacted. Here you have the laws, and for example, if right now we have public schools, so here you can see all the laws, and depending on which laws you have enacted, you can also change your institutions. Right now I cannot change anything, but yeah, as you can see, it costs bureaucracy to change the institutions. Editing David here, who actually cut his lip as he shaved himself. Yeah, I just wanted to say that what I just said was wrong. I couldn't enact those institutions because I just had the right amount of authority, of bureaucracy, because you need bureaucracy to actually enact those laws. It didn't have anything to do with some laws that were enacted. Let's stay with the politics for now. So here you can see we are a empire. That's our emperor, Kaiser Ferdinand von Habsburg. He has some traits, and we also have an heir, and we also have a government. And here are the different interest groups in your country. So we have Austrian aristocracy, we have the armed forces and the intelligentsia, and in our government and on the opposition we have the industrialists, the Catholic Church, and the rural folk. So depending on how much cloud, as you can see, these percentages are the cloud, how much cloud your government has, the legitimacy goes up if it has a lot of cloud, and it goes down if it does not. So this is our government right now. I just hit the reform government button, and yeah, as you can see, this is our government right now. If you were to put the industrials in charge in our government, and out of the opposition, our legitimacy would go down. Why? Because the government would actually be too big. So if we, for example, took the armed forces and then forced them to be opposition, our legitimacy would go up because the industrialists have more clout than the armed forces. As an autocracy, I would say that it is smarter to have the armed forces in your government because you need them to suppress your people. So I would stick with the armed forces, but only for roleplay purposes. If we think about this objectively, it would be best to have a government with intelligentsia and industrialists, simply because you get the best bonuses out of it. It is genuinely smarter to have intelligentsia and industrialists. Oh, so as you can see, I just put the intelligentsia out of the government and it gives me a massive amount of legitimacy. And as I said, I want to be a autocracy. I want to roleplay as a very authoritarian regime, so it would be best to have the intelligentsia who are very open-minded in the opposition, not in my government, because they actually can block me from passing certain laws because they don't want them to pass. For example, here, if I wanted to pass the law secret police, which would be great for an authoritarian regime, I could not do this because the intelligentsia opposes it, because I didn't start the game yet and it didn't refresh that the intelligentsia is not in the government right now. So once it refreshes, I could actually pass this law, I think. So let's get into the budget. As you can see here, we have taxation level. Here you can increase taxes or decrease taxes. If you increase them, your pubs will become more radical and your government loses legitimacy. You can also use your authority here to put taxes of certain goods. So, for example, grain. We would gain massive amounts of money if we taxed grain right now, but you also have to think about it. It will make your lower strata population incredibly radical. Grain is something they really need, and if you make it more expensive, it will decrease their standard of living, which is this thing here, their standard of living. And yeah, if it goes below a certain expected, as you can see, minimum expected, they will become even more radical. Here's just the building part, so you can see everything you have in your built. You can see your development, and also this is pretty self-explanatory. So the market is actually a very important page to be on, because you can see what is more expensive on your market than usual and what is less expensive. So for example, we have very cheap art, as you can see here. Fine art is very cheap, and groceries is very expensive, which is not good at all. It's your military. This is pretty self-explanatory. So here is your technology tree. You can research production, military, and society. I think the smartest thing for now would be to research nationalism, because I think we need it to actually form Germany. Oh, so if you go to cultures, you can see here all the cultures. So we have South German, North German, Ukrainian, Russian, and so on. And nation formation is actually the German Empire, which I think we could form if we take control of 11 states, 11 more states, so like states here in North Germany or Alsace-Lorraine, in France, we would be able to form the German Empire. Very nice. Here you have an overview over your population. So most of our people as peasants, which you do not want, because peasants live off their own soil. So they, for example, they harvest grain on their own. They don't really make a lot of money for you, and you want a lot of money. Here's your journal. You can. Right now we only have one active journal entry where we could trigger the dual monarchy, so the Austro-Hungarian Empire, if we were not to discriminate against Hungarians, which we do not want to trigger, because we want to become the German Empire, not the Austro-Hungarian one. So that was everything important for now. I think we will just start to play the game and make some opening moves. So we have to think about it. Prussia will be our enemy because we need to conquer German states. So we will have to fight Prussia. Russia we don't have to fight. And there are also a very authoritarian state. Like if we take Great Britain, for example, they are a constitutional monarchy, and I think France also. Yeah, they are a constitutional monarchy. They have actually a normal government, so they will likely not want to ally with us because we are too too old school. Let's say we are too old school. We're still a absolute monarchy. Russia, on the other hand, is a Tsardom, so they will be more likely to ally us because we have the same government. We are a Kaiserreich. So it would be best to actually ally with Russia for now, I think. So let's improve relations for now, and maybe we can form an alliance later. So what I will do right now is something that is only a short-term solution to get our market really going. I will increase the taxes, which makes us a massive amount of money. I will lower the government wages and the military wages, and I will put consumption tax on grain, on liquor, and on wine. This will make our people very, very, very unhappy, but as you can see, it makes us a lot of money. So what we will do now is expand our construction sector, which will cost a lot, because if we the more construction sectors you have, the faster your buildings will get built, but it would also be a lot more expensive. So this is why I did all those opening moves to get a lot of money for a short amount of time, so we can build a lot in a very fast time. We also have to look out for where we build, so I will check all our provinces now. So we have almost no special provinces, because if you look to Sweden, for example, and if you take a look at the province of Norrland, you can see in the overview that it has it is great for iron mines and it is great for the lodging industry, but we don't really have something that is that good, so we can actually do whatever we want. So what I will do now is create those construction centers, construction sectors in regions where a lot of peasants live, so we can then build a lot of workshops there, and then those peasants will start to go into these workshops like textile mills and so on, and then they make us a lot more money. So we are actually close to our gold reserve cap. As you can see, if this bar is full, we are capped at when the bar is full, we are actually capped at our gold reserves. So what I will do now is lower the taxation level, so because we don't need that much money, and the consumption tax on grain will also be lifted. I'm also bolstering the armed forces, because that way they will gain more crowd over time. So what you can see in the detail menu of our market, that iron is very, very expensive on our market, and you always want to get the expensive things less expensive. You want them to be cheaper, so bring everything down as much as possible. So what we will do after we constructed all the construction centers is actually build some iron mines. So we do have iron mines in Bohemia, so let's pump them up. We could also lower the price if we would import the goods, but I don't want to do that right now. I would only import stuff if it is not on your market. So if you don't have any iron mine, then I would start to import stuff. So as you can see here, we start to lose a lot of money because our investment pool, I think, went down to zero. So now we really feel everything. So right now we only try to lower the price on our market for wood and for steel. As you can see, steel is not expensive anymore because we built a lot of steel producing mills. Sorry, I meant iron, of course. And we burn through our gold reserves, which is great. I want to have that to happen. And if we start to lose too much, I will simply increase our taxation level once again. Let's try to enact the dedicated police force, because this, as you can see here, would actually decrease the amount of radicals. Let's also expand our barracks, because the more barracks you have, the more soldiers you have, the more recruits you can have. So we want to have a big army. So as you can see, we actually built a lot of barracks, and there is also a next page and another next page, so there will be a lot of soldiers. So we have a event which actually increases the enactment time and lowers the enactment success chance for our dedicated police force, which sucks, but the other option would be even worse. So let's say the legal system sucks. So as you can see, our gold reserves are almost empty. So we will increase the level of taxation. So what we will do now is, because we still lose a lot of money even though we have the taxation capacity, the taxation level very high, is we will just lower our production. And we researched nationalism. The best tech tree is actually the production tree, simply because this will increase your efficiency of your production methods. So for example, textile mills, if we were to research canneries, it would we would have mechanized workshops, and we would have canneries for our food industry, which would make food production more efficient, and thus we would just have more food. So all of our barracks have been built, so let's go into our details and see what we need. So we massively increase our army, so small arms need to so we actually need small arms. But what I think is more important is tools, because you need tools to essentially create a lot of things, and especially if once you change your production method. For example, if we go to building and construction sector, we could do iron frame buildings, which would increase our efficiency of for construction, so we would construct faster. But as you can see, we need more things and also tools. So to construct more efficient, we actually need a lot of tools. So I think the smartest thing now is to essentially build tools. So you can this is our current situation roster. You can see we have good shortages, so small arms and artillery, which is to be expected because we massively increase our army size, and we have insufficient tax capacity. So if you look at your different estates, you see that they have a certain market exits, and this actually comes together with the infrastructure, because if your infrastructure is not good enough, your certain parts of the country will not have a efficient access to your market, and also here tax capacity. So we do not collect taxes efficiently in this state, because in order to increase our taxation capacity, we need to build government administrations. By building government administrations, you also increase your bureaucracy. So right now we do not have any way of actually increasing our infrastructure, because in order to do that we would either need ports, but as you can see this tile is not at the sea, or railways, but we do not have railways. We didn't research them yet, so there is no way for us to increase our infrastructure. But what we can do is increase our government administration. So we will just have to wait until we can build railways in order to have greater market accessibility. Oh, now we have dedicated police force. Nice. What I will do for now is actually import some artilleries and small arms, just so the price goes down a little bit. So we have the option to invite Bavaria to our custom union, and I think once we do that we have the option to make them into our protectorate. So now they are in our custom unions, and once we begin to improve relations, we may be able to get them in as our protectorate. So tools on our market are now actually less expensive than usual. So what we will do now is change our construction method, and actually this requires us to build more tools. So now we actually need a lot more steel. Let's import it for now. So we actually lose a lot of money because we just switched the method of construction. So why did this influx of money just occur? Because of the steel. Because steel is very expensive, and we need steel in order to actually have the new construction method going. So the smartest thing now is to build more steel farms. So we do construct a lot of iron mines now. So we are actually in deficit right now, but I want to keep the construction going for now, and then I will pause it. So we need to research nationalism in order to get the event, the German unification. Our balance looks way better now because I put the construction down a bit, and also because I just build a lot more steel mills. Iron mines I meant, not steel mills. So as you can see, coal is now very expensive on our market, so the smartest thing is to build a lot of coal mines, and luckily we actually have the ability to do so. For example, now we have canneries unlocked and the National Guard. But yeah, let's build some coal mines. Let's start a bankroll with Württemberg, because this would actually increase their relations to us, and then they may join our market, our custom union. So let's actually go for railways. We are already preparing for the railways which we are about to build as soon as we discover how railways are actually built. We are already building a lot of steel mills which are needed to build engines for our trains, so that is what we are doing right now. The only thing we need that we don't have right now is sulfur, I think, so let's import some. So now as you can see, almost nobody's working in the production of engines because it's just not profitable. Because steel is very expensive, so the wages are very low, and we don't need trains right now because there are no railways built. So we will subsidize this, so people will start working there. As you can see, the wages went up immediately. Nice, we have unlocked railways. That's very nice. And as you can see, we also unlocked the production method railway transportation, which is way more efficient than the other transportation method. Oh nice, we can actually invite Baden to our custom union. So now it's actually time to expand our railway network, so we have better infrastructure, and we can actually change to the production method. Nice, I just absolved an obligation and hope that this would lead me to be able to invite them to a custom union, and it actually worked. So this is the Austrian market right now. As you can see, Bavaria's in it, Württemberg is in it, and Baden is in it. So the South German states are all in my custom union, and I think once I researched pan-nationalism, I can make them into my protectorate. So right now I'm improving relations with all these minor German states in order to get them into my custom union. Oh, Prussia makes a diplomatic move. They are attacking Hamburg. They want to conquer it and something from Hanover. I will declare neutrality because I don't want to be part in this. France wants a trade agreement, and you know what? I want to be friends with France. We do now have railways in every single state, so I will change the production method. I do want to research pan-nationalism, it just takes a long time, but if we build more universities, it will actually be faster, so let's do that. So we do make a lot of money, and we have the taxation on a medium level. Oh, we lose a lot, but let's keep it that way for now, because we have just so much gold reserves. Let's increase our education system because it just makes the education access better, and so more pops can become literate. Every time you play a Victoria 3, the Ottoman Empire will be shit on by the Egyptians. Really. Every single time. So what I did now is actually I reformed my government, and I put the industrialists in my government. They are also a pretty strong party, and now I am actually able to pick private health security. Nice, we unlocked pan-nationalism, that's great. So this is the path to German unification. We have to own all these lands, so we will have to go to war. So if you play Prussia, I think you have like a diplomatic play to incorporate states. I don't know if I have a diplomatic play. So France wants a defensive pact with me, I will accept that. Oh, I can form an alliance with Russia, nice. And I could also form an alliance with France, that would be great. Oh. So, seems like I'm at war with the Great Qing, but I will just do nothing. That's not my war. Nice, private health security went through. Nice, we can now try to enact this one, which I will not try to pronounce, but this is actually great for our economy because if we can subsidize more stuff, capitalists do contribute more to the investment pool, and the loan rate is lower. So if we were to go into the negative and actually go into credit, we wouldn't have to pay back as much. Oh nice, we got war operations. What I will do now is actually focus on military stuff, so I will go down here, and after that I want to attack Prussia. I want to start to go into the Germans. So as you can see, I'm really building up my war industry, a lot of arms industries, ammunition industries. Yeah. What I will do now is take my army and make them very bad. So I do gain a lot of money that so I can fill my gold reserves, and then I can actually construct more ammunition stuff. So yeah, it was, oh shit, we dropped in rating. That's not the point. Wow, so we got the Bohemian succession. I don't know what happened, but apparently I don't know what happened, but Bohemia got free and now we can crush them. So there is also no country leaning towards the Czechians, so I think we will easily. I don't think they will fight. I think they will just submit. Well, they have 100 troops, so. Okay, will they back down? No, they actually want to fight. Damn, you can see how they shoot each other from those little huts. Oh, we're actually losing this battle. Oh, and the French. This actually sucks a lot because I had a lot of infrastructure in Bohemia. And why do we? Oh, I forgot I made our military very bad. So now I think they will be better. I gave them some good equipment. See, what I don't get is why my troops always get in those little fights, like 7 of mine against 23 of theirs. Of course we will lose. I don't know why they always do that. So maybe you know more about the war element of the game and you can tell me how I actually advance or group my attacks the best way. I have no idea. So now I actually attached every single general to the attacking front. I thought like I didn't need them because we are just like better even if we don't use every general to attack, but maybe this will help, I don't know. Still only like 60 of mine attack. Why don't they attack with more people? I cannot advance at all. I can't do anything. It's so frustrating. You know I love the game, but I don't really get the war part. I mean, I'm going bankrupt right now. Like I don't go bankrupt, but as you can see, I'm in the negative right now. I cannot push at all. So I know stop the deficit with taxing the shit out of my people. But once again, why do they attack? I may even win because they suck. But I don't think so, just because they have the numbers. It's so annoying that they don't do a great push, and this is why I don't get why they choose this this way of battling, like in all other Paradox games where there's war. You probably know what I mean. Like either it's like Hearts of Iron with the grand battle plan, or it's like Hearts of Iron. It's like EU4 where you can really manage all your units, and that's just not the case in this game, and that's really annoying because, like, if I had all those 400 people standing around in a line here, and I could decide where to attack, that would be so much better. Maybe there will be a mod, or I don't know. Like, I love the game, but this thing I don't get. But I think we will push through because yeah, this time we will push through. We don't have the numbers, but our people are just better equipped. Nice, we made the push. The first time breaking through. Yeah, my army can get some experience. Hopefully, we will fight the Prussians like that. I don't get why they have so many troops, like 100 troops. Troops, 100 troops. Let's get some war propaganda going. In 4 years, we will attack Prussia, and then we will have an all-out war. Either we manage to crush Prussia, or we will go down. I've been playing for a long time. I want to finish this. Either we crush Prussia, and then I will do the second part and bring the trade from Germany, or we go down. And I want to have cash reserves. Let's pause building for now so we can make even more money. I want to have a lot of money because if we will attack and if we attack and equip our units with the right guns, we will be able to crush them. I think we are technologically more advanced in terms of weaponry, but we will need to have the cash reserves to actually manage it. We need enough money so we can burn it, because we will have to pay for all those men and all the equipment. It will be very expensive, so we will lose like 100k a week, so we need a lot of gold reserves. I really have to say I think this is the worst game I've played in EU4. Maybe I should stop playing video games, or maybe I should stop doing videos, because every time I do a video I just fuck up. Nice, we got 5 million in the bank, so I really hope that we can actually achieve something, and I hope that you could hear me good in the last time, because I didn't notice that my microphone was up there. We did increase our literacy rate to almost 55%, but our GDP is not doing great. Like, we were at 60 at one point. I think. Oh, the war against Prussia will be so painful. Oh, really? Fuck you, friends. Oh, it's so annoying. Like, I'm doing nothing, but to get those notifications every time. And you have to think about it. If they are at war, I cannot do any diplomatic play, but I think they will be done with it soon. I mean, they're almost done right now. The revolution is being begun because they don't like that I want to enact no migration. I hate you. Fuck you. Well, the developers said that something like that would happen. We have to listen to your fucking people. I hate people. I mean, I hate people. That's why I'm an authoritarian regime. Why do I have to listen to them? So, like 2 years to go, and we have war propaganda, and then we will strike. It will be so painful. But that's why you play Paradox games, just to suffer. 1 year to go, then it's time for war. Why has Prussia this fucking defensive pact with France? Historically speaking, it makes no fucking sense. Nice, we unlocked war propaganda, so we now have extra conscriptable battalions for our war against Prussia. So you know now why I had to really build up those gold reserves, because we lose a lot of money. So I will try to pull a sneaky. So I just said I want to pull a sneaky, and what I meant is I think I can still add a war goal, and I will wait until the escalation phase is a bit further on. Then I will add some war goals, and then I think Russia does not have enough time to back down, and they have to support me. So my game just crashed as I tried to mobilize my army, so let's try that again. You can't make this shit up. I will try it one more time, and if the game crashes once more, I will try to mobilize them every general one by one, and if it doesn't work, I have to call it a day. So third time's the charm, right guys? Oh no. It crashes every time. It crashes every time. Thank you, Paradox. One thing never changes: the unending loading screens of Paradox games. Mwah. So it's a bit tedious, but I could activate all my. Oh my god, I have to activate all the conscripts. Please don't crash. I was really nervous about this one. I really need to save the game. I'm just. Ah, I'm so scared that something happens. The good thing is that France does not support Prussia anymore, so they seem to have cancelled their defensive pact, which is great for me. Oh, Prussia's at war with Britain. Why are they at war? So I did take as further war goals Posen and West Prussia. So we would get this portion of land here. It is time for war. We will either go down and die, or we will get those lands. There is nothing in between. We might break through. We might get big breakthrough here. I really can't talk sometimes. It's just... Oh come on. Oh yeah. Oh come. Kill those Swedes. Oh yeah. Nice. We won this bit of land here. So we are breaking through right now. Look, they might have more men, but we do actually have the better things. Damn, this war goes really well. Ah, I'm doing so well, and Russia is doing so bad. We are about to take control of Brandenburg, the capital state. We do control the capital state. Oh, but we almost won the war, I think. I think once they get to minus 100, we win. Nice! That's very ugly, but... So we do have a truce until 1882. So at least 17 things must be true. We have to have control about Silesia, West Prussia, and Posen. In the next war, we will take more states here against Prussia, and yeah, I mean that went really well. And those are a lot of new pops. As a resume, I would say that it was very fun, even though sometimes it was a bit annoying, like the crash. But the game is very, very fresh. It just came out like 3 days ago now by now, and those things will be fixed. The performance will just get better. Um, we are. I just saw that that's almost like the German, the Weimar Republic, with the East Prussia part being part of Germany, and then this part being part of Prussia, of Poland. But that's not the point. The game is fun. It's really really fun. It's very heavily into economics. Um, I do have some issues with the war system, but as you can see, it does work. So I think we are very, very well on our way to actually achieving our goal, but I think I will call it a day here. I will do a second part if it still works, like because as you could see, the game crashed as I tried to mobilize all my generals. Um, but I will continue to play this game another time, and yeah, let's see if we can actually manage to form Germany. It's 1877. I think you could have achieved it by now, but I mean, we now are on our way to actually maybe make it happen. I mean, we should, if we wait 5 more years, we can attack Prussia again. We can seize land. We can then attack the German minor states and actually form Germany. Late, but we could maybe do it. So yeah, let's do it another time. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and see you in the next one.